Hey guys, Barrett Dastrup here from Tempo League. So you might know that there are 40 official rudiments, but today I want to focus on just 6 rudiments that I use on the drum set most often. I'll give you practical examples of each and stress the hand mechanics that you need to practice to make them sound good. First up is the single stroke roll. Here are a few ways it can be used on the drum set. And here it is on the drum pad, both slow and fast. So the key here is a solid fulcrum, holding the stick nice and soft, which frees up your fingers to play the stick. You don't want to grip it too tight. And letting the stick bounce off the drum and come back to you. Not throwing it into the drum and pulling it back up. This motion is called a free stroke or a rebound stroke, and you're really going to want to master that first before moving on to anything else. I have a course over at tempoleague.com called the Better Hands course. I go over all of the hand mechanics and rudiments that I teach in this video. There's exercise videos you can follow along with me and learn these techniques. And in fact, that's how I learned most of my hand technique, was watching videos online. So here are a few more examples of how single stroke rolls can be applied. Next up, the double stroke roll. First, an example on the drum set. Now to the drum pad, slow, then fast. So using your fingers to play the stick is essential for strong, substantial doubles. Just bouncing the stick will lead to weak doubles. So again, a strong fulcrum is very important. It's not sliding up and down, so that you free up these fingers to actually play the stick. And here are a couple other places that doubles show up on the drum set. Next up is the triple stroke roll. From now on, we'll look at the drum pad first, and then we'll look at all of the examples on the drum kit. So here's the triple stroke roll on the drum pad. Once again, for these, you really have to have good finger control built up. Here are some places that triple strokes show up on the drum set. So there's also a drop catch, also called a push-pull motion, that you need to get down to play things like the Rosanna shuffle or any kind of shuffle. And I also teach that in my Better Hands course. Now let's talk about paradiddles. Here is a single paradiddle, slow, then fast. So having control of stick heights is essential for dynamic paradiddles. So you can play accents and the taps. You hear those loud notes and soft notes. So that again goes back to being able to play free strokes and finger control and stopping the stick after a free stroke. Here are some places that paradiddles show up on the drum set. Okay, the buzz roll, also called the multiple bounce roll. Here are some slower individual buzzes followed by faster buzzes on top of one another. So if you put too much pressure, you'll crush the buzz. And if you don't put enough, you won't get a buzz. It'll just be a bounce. So you need to be cautious of that. Also, don't use too much wrist. Instead, lock your elbow, lock your arm, and play it with your full arm. And last up, flams. So with flams, there's a grace note followed by a primary note. You can choose how close together to play those notes, or if you want to add more space in between them. Also, you can decide the volume of those notes. In rock, a lot of times, the volume is around the same level, and you'll hear that in these examples. Okay, so I know how frustrating it is to watch drum videos and hear how great they sound and then try to do the things that you see in those drum videos and you sound really horrible and you're not sure why. You don't know how to get from where you are to where you want to be. In fact, I went years without learning hand technique or rudiments and I sounded like this. But then I started watching online drum videos and putting in lots of practice, and I made some big improvements. I packaged everything I learned into the Better Hands course that I already mentioned. And, free strokes, rebound strokes have been coming up throughout this whole video. I actually give that section away in my free trial. There's a link below for that. Give that a shot. So drumming is the best. I really hope that you guys are feeling more enjoyment, having more fun, and feeling less frustration with tips like these. Have a good one.